Today, we're going to read an essay called Sleep Deprivation in Teens Walking Zombies. Sleep deprivation is a condition of not having enough sleep to be able to function properly. This essay was actually written by two authors, Vicky Abels, who had studied public school system, and Abigail Bard, who is an expert on how the brains of teenagers work. Please feel free to follow along as I read aloud Sleep Deprivation in Teens Walking Zombies. This coming week, most of us will lose an hour of sleep as we set our clocks ahead for daylight savings time. But imagine if you lost an hour of sleep, or even more, every night of your life. That is what it is like for our nation's teens who are facing an epidemic of sleep deprivation. How bad is it? Every single high school student I have ever measured in terms of their alertness is a walking zombie, says Cornell sleep expert James Moss, in a description that will sound familiar to the parents of pretty much any teenager. According to the National Sleep Foundation, American teenagers require about 9.25 hours of sleep a night, yet only 8% of them are getting it. A recent study published in the Journal of Adolescent Health found that as much as two-thirds of high school students get less than 7 hours of sleep nightly. Many believe that the only problem with teenagers' lack of sleep is early morning fogginess. There are, however, more serious complications associated with sleep deprivation in teens. It has been linked to lower levels of human growth hormone, which is integral to a teenager's physical growth, brain development, and maturation of the immune system, as well as higher rates of anxiety disorders and depression. A 2010 study in the Journal of Sleep found that teenagers who go to bed after midnight are 24% more likely to suffer from depression and 20% more likely to consider harming themselves than those who go to bed before 10 p.m. As parents, we may applaud a high schooler who has the dedication to stay up until 1 a.m. doing homework. But research shows that teens who do not get enough sleep perform less well during the school day. The student who revises her essay long into the night to get an A+ in English will grasp less of what is being taught the next day in algebra. In a study of 4th and 6th graders conducted by sleep researchers Dr. Avi Seda at Tel Aviv University, a mere 1 hour nightly loss of sleep was equivalent to the loss of 2 years of cognitive maturation and development. In other words, when deprived of just 1 hour of sleep each night, a sleep-deprived 6th grader performed like a 4th grader. That is not progress. So how can we stop our kids from racing on empty and losing years of essential sleep? The first step is to realize how much we contribute to perpetuating a work ethic that celebrates pushing ourselves and our children to the limits. We need to treat sleep as essential to our teenagers' well being and success by teaching them that sleep is as important as nutrition, exercise, studying, and free time. Over the past several years, we have created national guidelines for eating and exercise. We should do the same for sleep.